What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Hope everybody's doing well, and I really hope you enjoyed today's video. We're going to kick things off going over some recent news and information, but then I want to dive into the price charts and show you some looks of the Bitcoin cycles I haven't shared on YouTube before, just explaining and supporting the numbers I've been talking about. And I would assume that the majority of people in the crypto asset class today are waiting for another alt season like we had in 2021 and 2017, because I know I am. And I've already shared the two things I'm looking for actual confirmation, either that first large monthly candle drop of like say 10% compared to the previous cycles, or that first major move for Bitcoin. And historically, Bitcoin has seen major moves and all-time highs a little before Bitcoin dominance crashes, so that's what I'm assuming for this cycle. Could it be different? Could Bitcoin dominance crash and then alts rally without Bitcoin drawing its first major move? Yes, it's possible, but right now, I expect Bitcoin to draw major moves and all-time highs first. And even just comparing the length of the first major drop starting alt season in 2017 until we found our top and got that first major drop for the next alt season, that was about 1,400 days. And if we did the same thing, just looking if it was at 1,400 days, you can see that we're getting there. So will it be longer, will it be shorter? I'm not sure, but I did want to share that. Alright, we'll go over some recent news and then we'll look at the price charts. Per usual, I have like a million tabs open, so I'm going to trim these clips together and I hope you guys enjoy. We'll start off with this. So shared by XRP Crypto Wolf, we have Robinhood has listed XRP. So this is good. Robinhood has a bunch of users, more on-ramps for XRP. I might not care for Robinhood and I don't use it, but they have a lot of users. I also saw this shared by Good Morning Crypto, so we can see Bitstamp in collaboration with the company Ripple will launch their own digital derivatives exchange built on the XRP ledger. So in this clip, we have Ava over at Bitstamp. We can see the XRP Ledger Social Club explaining this, and then also highlighting right here the Robinhood CEO on international business. So Robinhood agreed to acquire the crypto exchange Bitstamp in a $200 million deal that's set to close in the first half of 2025. Alright, let's go over the charts really quick. We have some other news to go over. So first up, we have the SPX or the S&P 500 at an all-time high price. So it got those major moves taking out the previous cycle top. We also have the Nasdaq doing the same thing, at the very least creating a new all-time high price taking out the 2021 high. So overall, we have a bunch of major indices. Here's also the Dow Jones pushing in the new all-time highs, taking out the previous highs from 21 and 22. We also have the Nikkei in Japan going into new cycle highs, of course having a big crash comparable to March 2020, but this is after a huge period of expansion. So will these major indices see a large correction after pushing in all-time highs? Yeah, obviously, but they've done major moves in all-time highs. And last but not least, we have gold absolutely running into new all-time highs as well, taking out the 2022 highs, even its previous highs back in 2011. So looking at Bitcoin in the previous cycles, a cycle is typically measured from top to cycle top or cycle low to cycle low. When I'm considering a cycle, I'm referring to the cycle I care about, and that's when alts go up. So when I refer to a cycle, I'm referring to Bitcoin drawing its first major move, that first large monthly candle, taking out the previous cycle top. So from the point that Bitcoin is pushing into new all-time highs on the monthly time frame up until the cycle top. So from this point up until this point, from this point up until the cycle top, and then also last cycle from this point up until the cycle top. So that is what I'm referring to going forward when I say awaiting for the next cycle, awaiting for the first large major move or that first large monthly candle for Bitcoin, taking out the previous cycle top, which we haven't seen. So there are a lot of mixed emotions out there, and I completely get it, and this is not financial advice, but the way I see it is this is binary. We either get another large liquidity cycle, Bitcoin goes well over 100,000, or this is a triple top, so 1, 2, and 3, and we go into distribution back to cycle lows. So I'm not laughing at either until I see official confirmation or invalidation from Bitcoin. My bias is that we see another bull run. So right now, I believe that we see another cycle. I believe the crypto asset class creates new all-time highs and reaches $5 trillion to even $10 trillion, but the only way I'm actually going to be calling that for certain is when we see that first large monthly candle or that first major move. So you can see in 2017, we created an all-time high, it took about 2 months, then we got that first major move, that first large monthly candle. In 2020, it was pretty instant. We got that first large monthly candle. We have not seen that first large monthly candle. Instead, we've created a new all-time high price and have ended up consolidating for 6 months. So if and when we see Bitcoin's first major move, that first large monthly candle, anytime between now and May compared to the previous cycles, I believe that single monthly candle should take us well above 80,000, maybe even higher, and I'll show the numbers why. And technically looking at Elliott waves, and I'm by no means an Elliott wave expert, I've read books on it, but there are many other people out there that are much better and utilize Elliott wave theory on a daily basis, like Credible Crypto and CounterTrendCapital. And looking at Bitcoin on the monthly, if and only if this is in fact wave 4, so we have wave 1, 2, 3, and 4, we can measure this with a Fibonacci retracement. So drawing a Fibonacci retracement, we have wave 1, we have 2, and this is the start of wave 3, just going from the swing low. This is technically a double bottom right here, but just drawing a Fibonacci retracement from the low to the high. If this is in fact wave 4, we can see essentially we got a perfect retracement to the 50%. So when wave 4 retraces, at least the Elliott wave rule is that wave 4 typically retraces to the 236 to the 50% retracement, and we did get basically a perfect 50% retracement. Now the looks I have for the Bitcoin cycles, looking at these trend lines and internal trend lines, that shows about 45,000. So can, in theory, Bitcoin actually create another low or even retrace a little deeper? Yes, it can. The rules are it cannot break below the top of wave 1, which is around 30,000. So I know Credible Crypto has shared this all year, that Bitcoin is in an uptrend on the higher time frames, the weekly and the monthly time frame, as long as we stay above 30,000. And remember that higher time frames like the weekly and the monthly are stronger than what we're seeing when we're panicking on the daily or the 4-hour time frame. So basically, looking at Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, we've been ranging for 6 months. We've yet to see a major move in either direction, either invalidation below 30,000, even going below 40,000. I'm definitely getting nervous because that would actually break the structure that I've been sharing all year of the 8-month EMA. So this is what I've been looking at with the 8-month EMA, the importance of holding monthly candle bodies. We've seen wicks below this level before, but holding monthly candle bodies above the 8-month EMA, specifically after the Bitcoin halving, as well as after elections, is really important to see that next cycle. So the same thing I've been sharing all year, provided we see monthly candle bodies, the full candle bodies, holding above the 8-month EMA, we are just consolidating. I am waiting for the first major move for Bitcoin into new cycle highs. If we lose it and we start seeing full monthly candle bodies below the 8-month EMA, then I will consider more so a triple top and us going into cycle lows. So confirmation that first large monthly candle well over 80,000, and invalidation is technically below 30,000, but below 40,000 I'm getting nervous. Alright, let's go over this because I do want to share this just to show you the numbers and why I explain them and my thoughts and rationale behind it, whether it's right or wrong, and feel free to correct me on anything at all, including Elliott waves. Now, I've been really boring this year because the market is illiquid. It's not favorable. I've really just been DCAing because I'm awaiting for either official confirmation or invalidation. So basically, if I see confirmation with Bitcoin's first major move, and I'll explain the numbers behind this, I get really excited. I'll start making moves again. But at least for me personally, over the past 6 months, this is all about capital preservation and just letting these higher time frames develop. So when I'm referring to these first major moves, I'm just measuring from the point of breaching the previous cycle top until the top of that monthly candle body, so that's 187%. So that was the major move in 2013. We got this major move in 2017 from the point of breaking out from the cycle top to the top of the monthly candle body. So that is about 85%. And then in 2020, we got that first major move of about 47%, so these are diminishing returns. So looking for the next major move, if and when we get it, and making the assumption that these diminishing returns continue, we can actually make an estimate based on these. Based on the rate and decrease that we've seen each cycle, and that would give us about 23%, so anything over 20% is well over 80,000. So for anybody that's been watching my videos all year, hopefully you understand now why I'm waiting for that first major move, and I've been saying over 80,000. And again, I'm not saying that this has to happen or this is guaranteed, but if and when we see it, that's what I expect. And then typically, like Crypto Caesar has shared, once Bitcoin is rallying into new all-time highs, I've also made the measurement from the actual monthly candle body. Bitcoin is ranging into new highs until its cycle top for 200 to 300 days. So I've shared all year why I'm still in the crypto asset class, looking even at price action specifically after elections. We can see these black vertical lines, and we have all of 2024 being big election years for, I believe, for at least 65 countries. I really wish I could time it better, and as I've shared, even the length from the 2013 cycle top until breaking into new highs, this was 1,277 days. So comparing from our actual cycle top, let me adjust this so I can actually see the top right there. So measuring from the previous cycle top in 2021 and just doing that same length of 1,277 days, if we are comparable in length, we should see that first major move anytime between now and May. So I just wanted to reshare that again for anybody new, showing my thoughts. Will it be shorter? Will it be longer? I don't know, but we need to see confirmation. And just referring back to previous cycles with the 8-month EMA, this orange moving average, notice after the halving, holding this level, we can see wicks, so we are really close today. Even here, the Bitcoin halving, holding that level, the 8-month EMA, so we are really close, so very interested to see where this monthly candle body closes. And for anybody asking about alt charts, it's possible that some alts have already bottomed, but I am awaiting for official confirmation from Bitcoin, the largest asset in this space, to draw major moves, and then later I'll be a lot more confident in calling actual bottoms for different assets. There are some I could see another low, and some already have bottomed. The only reason I might want some to create another low like crest is to buy more. So a little hopium, and only believe it when we actually see it. With the first major move is if we get the first major move for Bitcoin, I expect us to go significantly higher and have a lot of monthly candles running for 6 to 12 months in the new highs. And we're going to find out if we can get another liquidity cycle with the monthly RSI actually running like we've seen in the past into overbought where the momentum is at a high. So the monthly RSI still is yet to run. We haven't seen Bitcoin's first major move like the previous cycles. When we get the first major move, that is when the momentum really runs. And even looking at total 3, so this is last cycle to today's cycle on the monthly time frame. So total 3 is the crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So think of this like the altcoin market cap. Investors that came into crypto in 2022 or towards the 2021 top wonder why it was so easy. Well, look at this. We held the 8-month EMA, we went straight up to the 4 extensions. And since then, we had 2022, multiple black swans, one of the worst years in crypto. And we can see today we've come up around the 702 and we've rejected. Looking at the monthly RSI, we can see we ran. This ran when Bitcoin is drawing major moves in all-time highs, which we haven't seen yet. And looking at today, we rejected this level. We didn't see Bitcoin run with the first major move in all-time highs. So for total 3, to go into an all-time high price, going to the 1618 at 1 trillion or even up to 3 trillion, we need to see historically Bitcoin to draw major moves. So this video is getting kind of long, and I know not many people are even watching crypto stuff anyway, so we'll keep this short and sweet. We'll go over a bunch of news in the next video, but just awaiting for price action to develop. I did a video earlier this year measuring all of the things for the Bitcoin price chart, looking at the cycles from top to top, bottom to top, halving to top, election to top, all these measurements, and all of the numbers showed 2024 or at the very least the end of 2025. I hope it's a lot sooner, and I believe we get another liquidity cycle, right or wrong, but obviously know the risks. This is not about throwing your life savings or taking a loan and going all in to a single asset. Please have proper risk management. I know at the end of the day, everybody's going to do whatever the heck they want. It's your money, it's your choice. I do the same thing, but just please be aware of the risks. During a bull run, the hype, the excitement, the euphoria is vastly different. The fear and greed index, at least last week and last month, wasn't fear, so we're actually entering neutral territory now. And overall, just looking at this yellow moving average, this is the 50-month moving average. We can see support during previous cycles, even March 2020 with some wicks and then this cycle low. This has never been hit on the Bitcoin price chart after these purple circles or Bitcoin halvings, as we've gotten closer and closer to elections, which are coming up, but you just never know. In the scheme of things, the Bitcoin price chart is ranging, markets are illiquid, and we are waiting for a decision. I do have some really interesting numbers to share, but I only want to share them on YouTube or even just post on Twitter again if and only if we get a major move in all-time highs. Because that's the actual confirmation I need to see and I want to see. And last but not least, guys, we have iTrustCapital linked in the top of the YouTube video description. This platform is free, and I've had a crypto Roth IRA here since January of 2020. And I believe in the tokenization stats along with the predictions of the crypto asset class in the future, so I am keeping a Roth IRA in the crypto asset class for 100% tax-free gains. Feel free to check out the link in the top of the YouTube video description along with in the pinned comment. They do leverage a qualified custodian, and I do have an iTrustCapital playlist on my YouTube channel. So per usual, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to those that like, subscribe, and those that comment. You guys keep me going. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button and sharing your thoughts down below. As always, you can find all links, including resources for charting, trading bots, platforms, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts in my link tree at the top of the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.